Welcome back to the Purple Room. I'm Addi.
And I'm Jonathan Salazar.
And this week, maybe my favorite week we've had on the Purple Room so far, because we have a very special guest. You want to go ahead and introduce yourself to people?
I'm Kent Broussard, also known as Tuba Kent.
Yay! Oh, I'm so excited.
Thank you.
Oh, man. Well, we're so excited to have you here. We didn't want to, before the episode, we were like, oh, I don't want to talk too much because I want you to tell us your story right now. I want to hear it for the first time. So you go ahead. I'm going to let you go running.
I can do that. First of all, thank you for having me, Addi, Jon, Stephen.
Thank you.
And it's a pleasure, and I'm humble to be here. And I can say that everything that has happened with LSU and my entire journey that started basically around probably 1968, 1969 has culminated here.
Really?
In this place. And I'll kind of give you an idea of how that started. We started coming to LSU football games when I was about 9 or 10.
Oh, wow.
I'm 66 years old now, right? And so, and by the way, I'm going to be 6'7". I'm going to be 6'7" in March. I'm going to be 6'7".
Oh man, you're going to have the best birthday. You're going to have the best birthday party.
And I have a great story about Western Kentucky, but I'll get to that, about the 6'7" thing. So we first started coming to games about 1968, 1969, and the very first time that I heard the band play the four notes, it stuck with me. And my grandfather was a musician. One of my uncles was a musician. And that sound and the way that the Tiger Band looked always stuck with me. And it's something that I said to myself way back when I was 8, 9, or 10 years old. I'm going to want to do that, right?
Oh, wow.
And so I never forgot that. I really never forgot that I wanted to be in the band. And so I went to school in reserve in high school. I'm from LaPlace, and I went to high school. And in high school, I played the tuba for 4 years.
Okay.
I also played, though, multiple instruments. I played about 5 different brass instruments. So I played.
Oh, wow.
So I played multiple instruments, but the tuba was the one that stuck with me because it's the bass. It's the foundation of any kind of music.
Yes.
Right.
If you don't have a bass, it sounds empty. It sounds hollow.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted to be able to keep doing. So I did that for 4 years in high school, and then I went on to college. Now, in my high school, we only had 106 people that graduated with us.
Really?
It was a very, very small class.
It's like,
At the time, we didn't even know how to spell internet, much less know what the internet was, because this was back in 1977, all right? And so we ended up figuring out that Southeastern was close, and it was smaller. I was a bit afraid about the size of LSU at the time because I was 18 years old.
Yeah.
I didn't know any better.
Right.
And so out of our graduating class, 26 went to college, 25 of us went to Southeastern.
oh,
Right?
okay.
And there was like 20 guys, 6 girls, and out of the 20 guys, 18 of us stayed in one dorm. So we all kind of stayed together.
Oh, that's
so
fun.
it was an awesome day. It was a
Yeah,
great time. I'm
that's
surprised
so
that I
fun,
even
man.
passed. And so I majored in accounting at Southeastern.
okay.
I majored in accounting at Southeastern. And how I picked my degree, at the time, and again, this is way back, you got an idea of job openings from the newspaper, from want ads. And I don't know if you guys know what want ads are, but in newspapers, they used to advertise jobs in want ads, and you could gauge the number of people that the industry wanted based on want ads in the Times-Picayune in New Orleans. And that's how I picked my major, was accounting. And I was always good with the numbers and stuff like that. And so I get to Southeastern, and I ended up playing at Southeastern for 4 years in the line band. I played 2 years the tuba, and I played 2 years with the trumpet.
Okay.
Wow.
Right? But the thing about LSU never left me. The thing about LSU never left me. To the point where when we had an off day, or when Southeastern was away and LSU was home, I would come to games.
Oh, wow.
I would come to games. And back in the day, you could walk around in all Tiger Stadium and not have to go outside the stadium and come back in.
That's fun.
And so That was before we had the Upper East Deck, Upper West Deck, and the South End Zone that's been added on. That was way before then. That was the original bowl that they built back, I think, back in the 50s. And so you could walk all across. After the games, I made it a point from where I was sitting to walk around and go stand by the band.
Oh, wow.
And I did this from high school, probably from a ninth grade to the time I graduated from college.
Wow.
For every LSU home game that I made. So it never left me. So that drive never left me, and I always had it in the back of my mind. At the time, I hadn't met my wife-to-be. I met her in graduate school, so I went to graduate school at Southeastern, and I ended up getting a Master's of Business Administration from Southeastern. So I have 2 degrees from Southeastern. I have an accounting degree and an MBA from Southeastern. I met my wife in 1981 at Southeastern, and I would drag her to LSU games, right? I would drag her to LSU games. She loved football. She's as big of a football fan as I am. So after games, I would drag her around the stadium to go listen to the band. And she knew I was interested in it, right? She knew I was interested in it, but didn't know to the extent that she was, right? She didn't know she didn't know the extent I was. So we got married in 1984, and we've been married for over 40 years. And so I really never told anybody about my dream, right? I really never told anybody about what I wanted to do when I retired. And so I end up working a couple places, and I end up the last 31 years of my career at Sazerac Company. Now, if you guys know what Sazerac Company is, and if not, Sazerac Company is one of the largest producers of alcoholic spirits in the world. It's based in New Orleans, but most of its operations are in Kentucky, as well as many, many other sites around the world. And I started off as an accountant, office manager, controller, VP finance, and then secretary and treasurer for the last 15 years. And so I was always in the accounting side, but then I started to move away from the accounting side, and I did more global risk management, mergers and acquisitions, and corporate secretary. So I wore a lot of different hats.
Yeah. And
it allowed me to see a lot about the company and to learn a lot about the company. One of my favorite memories that I did for Sazerac were all the acquisitions. And I'll give you guys an example. One of them that we made was Buzz Balls. So Sazerac.
Oh.
I made the acquisition for Sazerac of Buzz Balls.
Thank you.
Okay.
I appreciate that. Sazerac also owns Fireball, the Fireball brand.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Julian.
Oh, wow.
So I dealt with Fireball as well.
students,
And so I'm sure Buzz Balls hits a nerve for everybody, as it did for us as well. So one of the really neat things that I did was Sazerac didn't have a home place, meaning some place that we could call home in New Orleans, and we ended up buying a building at the corner of Canal and Magazine, and now it's called the Sazerac House.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And so if you ever get downtown New Orleans, you see the Sazerac House, think of me. I was the one that bought the building.
Wow.
I was the one that got the contractors and the architects ready, and was instrumental in getting it built and working with all of the folks that put the museum together. So it's a museum.
Okay,
It's a museum about the history of alcoholic beverages
That's so cool.
in New Orleans, and it's a great environment. It's a great learning experience, and they also give you 3 little samples as well. So
nice.
in the little
field trip.
yeah,
No.
in the little white little paper cups. Very small. It's just a taste. Yeah. So when I got to 60, I was 60. Remember, I always had this thought in the back of my head.
Yeah.
I had this thought in the back of my head. I still want to do it, right? And I was in pretty good health. I was actually in really good health, and it hit me then that, hey, I need to start thinking about this because I plan on retiring pretty soon here. And so one night we're at dinner, and I tell the family what I want to do, right?
That's crazy.
So one of them was actually on the floor laughing. One of my daughters was actually on the floor laughing, right? And because they didn't believe me.
Yeah.
They really didn't believe me. That's what I wanted to do. And so I kept talking about it at the dinner table. And they finally got the message that I was really serious, that I was serious about doing this. And they said, well, you already have 2 degrees. What are you going to do? And I said, well, I'll figure that out later. I need to make the band first.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so I end up telling them, and unbeknownst to me, my oldest daughter actually emails the band director at the time,
Wow.
saying, this is what my dad wants to do. What do you think? And is he eligible? And then most important, is there an age requirement? Or is there an age limit, right?
Right.
And so, so the guy said, I wanted to try for the trumpet, but there are like 65 or 70 trumpets, and the competition is much stiffer because trumpets as opposed to the tubas, and the tuba was the first thing that I picked up ever.
Yeah.
And so he said I would suggest you try it for tuba, which I was probably gonna do anyway. And then he says, oh, by the way, if he hadn't played in Tigerland before, he has 4 years of eligibility. So I have 4 years of eligibility.
Oh man, just
So I
like
have
an
4 years of
athlete.
eligibility. So
That's
now I got
so sick.
so now I got 3 years left, right?
Oh,
so
yeah,
So I have
okay.
so I have 3 years. I can't see myself doing it when I'm 70 years old, but anyway. So I was eligible, and there was no age restriction, which is perfect. Right?
Yeah.
So that fits me. So it fits me to a tune.
Right.
Perfect, right? So my daughter shows me the email. She bought me a book about Tiger Band. And it's a great book. It's a great book. You can buy it. You can buy it in a lot of places. I think Barnes and Noble has it. You can get it on Amazon about the history of Tiger Band. And I'm thinking to myself, in order for me to do this, we've got to move to Baton Rouge. So we lived in LaPlace, right? We lived in LaPlace, and I retired, and I was starting to talk about it. And I didn't really know if it was going to happen because we lived in LaPlace, and it's not that far. It's 60 miles, but I had to be somewhere close where I can get to LSU.
Yeah, every day.
And so unfortunately, where we lived in LaPlace, we actually flooded twice.
Oh,
Our home
shoot.
flooded twice.
That's terrible.
Once in 2012, and another one in 2021.
Yeah.
Isaac and Ida, and we came close a third time. We actually had the house on a contract to be sold, and we got to within 6 inches of flooding for the third time.
Dang.
And if you guys, if you guys know anybody that's ever been through a flood, you know how disruptive it is and how it just throws your life into a turmoil.
Right.
And so we didn't want to go through that again. So we put the house on the market, and then we sold the house. We ended up moving to Baton Rouge. I'm like 5 miles away from campus.
That's awesome.
I'm 5 miles away from campus. So that gave me the impetus to start with the LSU thing.
Right.
So I'm figuring, okay, so I'm in Baton Rouge. So what do I do to be successful to be a member of the band? I had to get an instrument. I had to get an instrument, and then I had to apply to LSU. And I'm thinking, oh my God, how do I do that? So the application process is pretty easy.
Yeah.
The application process is pretty easy. Send me $200, fill this information out, and we'll see if you get in, right? So in the meantime, I'm looking for a tuba, right?
Yeah.
I hadn't picked up a musical instrument in 45 years. Now,
Jeez.
it's been 45 years, and so I had to find a tuba, and I wanted to find a tuba like the ones that LSU plays.
Yeah.
Right, which makes sense.
Right.
And so I was able to find one from a guy in Los Angeles that plays for mariachi bands, and he just collects tubas and he repairs them and he sells
What?
them.
Hey,
That's
And
awesome.
John's
so-
from Los
And I
Angeles.
found it on Facebook Marketplace.
Oh,
so I found my
the
tuba.
best place,
So I found
really.
it on Facebook Marketplace. So I found my tuba. In the meantime, I'm doing my application process, right? And so one of the big things that you have to have is your transcripts. And luckily, it wasn't from high school, but they wanted it from Southeastern. So you send everything automatic, right? Everything's automatic.
Right.
You send the request to Southeastern. So I didn't get anything back for like 2 or 3 days. So I called Southeastern Registrar's office. I said, and I gave him my name, and she says, "Honey, what are you looking for?" And I said, "I'm looking for my transcripts from how long ago?"
Oh, geez.
1981 and 1982. I said, "Do you have those?" And she said, it was so funny. She says, "Honey, we don't get many requests, if at all, for transcripts back from almost 50 years ago. But don't worry, we got them."
That's awesome.
So Southeastern had put all transcripts back from the 20s all the way to now on computer. So they found them in like 30 minutes.
Oh, nice.
They found them in 30 minutes. So that was cool.
Good to know.
So that was fun. Yeah, it is good to know. So then in the meantime, I had to find somebody to help me to learn
Yeah.
learn to read music and learn to play again, right? Luckily, LSU has a graduate assistant program that will match aspiring musicians, which I would consider myself that at the time, and graduate assistants to teach you how to play.
Wow, I didn't know
cool.
that.
Yeah, they
That's
do.
so cool.
Yeah, they
Like,
do.
is it for free though? You gotta.
Oh no, you got to pay. You
Oh.
pay. You pay the graduate assistant. You
Right.
pay the graduate
Okay.
assistant, but it's not an absorbent fee.
Yeah.
It's,
Right.
it's not absorbent, and I think that they're worth a lot more. I mean, they're worth a lot more to me. Sure.
Yeah.
They're worth a lot more, and I gave the guy extra money, and I tipped him at the end of the process, particularly when I made the Tigerland.
Oh, yeah.
Because I made it.
Yeah,
I made it
that's
because of him.
awesome.
That's fire.
Uh-huh.
I
That's
made
really
it because
cool.
no, look, I practiced every day for a year, right?
Right.
I
Right.
marched
Yeah. The
outside.
marching.
I did a lot of stuff, but he gave me the base. He gave me what I needed to know. Right? He gave me what I needed.
How
to know.
much does a tuba weigh?
Well, the ones LSU marches are about 30 to 32 pounds,
Ouch.
and it gets heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On a
And you're trying to play it
on a
too.
game day,
And
my
y'all have
phone,
them,
we're able to hold our phones. We keep our phones in our uniform. We have a pocket right here. Right?
Oh, wow.
We have a pocket right here. And the reason is, all of our music is on phones. All of our music is on phones. So if you ever see us in the stadium looking at our phones, that's what we're doing. We're looking
I
at
see.
music that we don't play nearly as often, like the fight songs.
Right.
All
Yeah.
the different
Yeah.
fight songs we play. We all know those. It's the songs we don't play as often. On a game day, my last game, I measured for that day. I measured 9 miles.
Wow.
I measured
9 miles with like 30.
9 miles of walking. Now, not
Ooh.
all of it was with 32 pounds on me.
But
But
9
a
miles.
lot of it.
9 miles.
Yeah.
It was a 9 mile day.
That's crazy.
And that includes practice in the morning because we practice in the morning before the
yeah.
games.
Yeah.
And then we come back and then we get ready. Then we, and then we walk by the Great Theater and then we walk down and then we're up and down in the field. So it was a lot of so
Yeah.
it's a lot of miles.
Man.
So this guy started with me. He showed me I started at LSU and I always went to LSU to practice. I did it once a week with him, and then I would practice at home. He'd give me some scales and some songs to play, and then it got to the point where I needed to submit an audition. But in the meantime, before I wanted to submit an audition, I had to make sure I got into LSU.
Yeah.
Right? Because I had to be admitted.
First
Yeah.
step,
Because
yeah.
if I was going to be admitted, all this was for naught, right?
Right.
And so I did not realize, but I went through one of the last orientations, there were going to be over 70,000 applications
Really?
for 7,800 slots. So it was almost like 10% of the people that apply actually attend.
Oh, jeez.
And I was thinking, oh my God, am I going to get in? And luckily enough, I was accepted. So just being accepted at my age,
Yeah.
right, and not having transcripts from high school or not, other than 2 degrees that I have in my business experience and my work experience, I didn't know I was going to get in. Luckily, I did.
Well, that's so funny. You're like, I hope I get accepted. And you have like 2 degrees and like 30 plus years of business experience. You're like, please.
But I mean, you never know.
No, yeah, exactly.
You never know, right? I mean, you never know. So I was accepted, and so as I was accepted at LSU, then I had to prepare an audition piece.
Yeah.
Me and the graduate assistant selected the audition piece. I do it in front of a camera, similar to this, and we download it onto YouTube. We download it on YouTube and we send it to the band. They review it, and then they tell you whether or not you're in for the first round. That's what they call the first round. So I made the first round.
Okay, nice.
Right? Well, first thing, I got accepted. The family was there when I got accepted. The second thing, the family was there when they told me that I had made it past the first round.
Nice.
That gets you to preseason camp. Right?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That gets you to preseason camp. And so we go to preseason camp. It's like it's the middle week in August, and it's hot.
Oh, yeah.
As you
That's
can
like prime
imagine, right?
time.
It
Yeah,
is so freaking hot.
In those outfits.
Oh, God. And look, they used to be wool.
Oh,
They used to
why
be
would they
wool.
do that?
They used to be wool many years ago. They used to be wool. Now they're polyester. It's still hot.
Crazy.
still
Yeah,
hot.
I'm sure it's so crazy
let
though.
me tell you, it is still hot. So we make it to preseason camp. We're learning the marching. We're learning how to play. But I had been playing the fight songs for weeks. I would play them outside in my patio. Everybody in our neighborhood heard it. Right?
That's so fun.
And, they got
Best
to
neighbor ever.
They got to the win. They got wind. Somebody called a sheriff deputy lives in our neighborhood. Said, "They sound like sounded like there's a moose in our subdivision, and it was me.
That's
and it's me
awesome.
practicing underneath my patio, and so we're in preseason camp. It's all of the freshmen go report first. There were 12 of us.
Freshman.
All the freshmen. I was a freshman. I was an incoming freshman, right?
Awesome.
I was what they call non-returner, and so I end up being with the other 12. There are 12 of us, and then 2 days later, all the returners show up, and we all go through the same thing. We all go through marching tests, playing tests, sight reading tests. It's like a 5-day interview to determine whether or not you culturally fit.
That's
Oh,
Because
that
it's
is
a very close. It's a very close group,
Yeah.
right? And they
Imagine.
all
Yeah.
get along.
And how was like the initial reactions to just you
Well,
being
when
there?
I walked in, I started introducing myself, and they all said, "Don't worry, dude. We know who you are."
Oh,
Yeah.
dude,
Yeah,
that's
'cause
awesome.
it was getting around. Right?
Yeah.
It
I
was
saw
getting
those
around.
videos.
But you know the thing about what I've been very strongly have leaned toward, I didn't want to be treated differently than anybody else.
Right.
I didn't want to
Yeah.
be treated any differently than anybody else. I'm a student just like you guys.
Yeah.
I have to go into Hines. Like I have to go into Hines just like you guys.
That's
and it's
actually
not
the
my
worst.
favorite.
That's-
It's not
yeah.
my favorite
Not at
place,
all.
right?
Yeah, it's the worst place.
So I do everything you guys do. I eat in the union. I have to find a freaking place to park.
Oh,
I
taking the
mean,
park and go, yeah.
I do
uh-uh.
everything you guys do, right? I just have a little bit more experience, a little bit more life experience. So,
Right.
so that was all part of it. I didn't want to be treated any different.
Right.
And so we get down to Thursday afternoon,
Yeah.
or Thursday early afternoon, 7 p.m. The list drops for who made it, right? So I'm standing up there. It's a bit of a strange situation because all the people that you went through all those 5 days with are
Yeah.
there, right? And you don't want to be so overjoyous and somebody who you made friends with doesn't make
Yeah,
it.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough. And so I was kind of in my corner, and the tuba list came out. The first 2 people on the list were 2 freshmen. I said to myself, "Great, they made it." The next name was mine.
Oh,
So the next name was mine because it came out in the
that's so awesome.
So I called. So I turn around and all the tuba section had already seen it. So they start jumping up and down. The drum line comes
Awesome.
over. They start jumping up
Oh,
and down.
that's so cool.
And there's a big video of that somewhere. And,
Oh, man.
Actually, I think
I
I think the Kelly Clarkson show showed it.
Oh, I hope we
And
find that video.
so I was excited, and that's it. And then, like 10 minutes after that list dropped, we had to leave to go to the indoor football facility and continue practice.
Oh, wow.
After they announced that, the band practices till 11 o'clock at night.
Man.
11 o'clock at night. So believe me, there's a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of skill that goes into
Yeah.
to seeing what you guys see on
Oh
Saturday.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah. And we can definitely
it
tell.
doesn't come easy.
Yeah, we can
It,
tell
it,
though,
it
too.
doesn't. It does not come easy, and it doesn't come without sacrifice. And I'll
Oh,
get
yeah.
into that. So anyway, so we made it. And I had my schedule set. And I will say this. I'll say this. All the attention that I've gotten, I didn't do this for any of the attention.
Right.
I absolutely did not.
Yeah.
I did this because I wanted to play.
Right.
Right. I did this what I wanted to play. I think what happened was, I think it struck a nerve about it's a good story.
Yeah.
It's a good story about somebody who retired and had a dream, for for over 50 years and never forgot it,
Right.
Yeah.
and is physically able and mentally able to do something that thousands or millions of students would love to do but didn't make it.
Right.
True.
Or thousands of students
Yeah.
have done it and appreciate it, and many alumni have done it and
Yeah.
say, I know what you're going through, and so I think it was a story that kind of resonated with a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, like, I'm sure you get this all the time. Like, this is the most heartwarming story I've ever heard.
And,
It's
you know,
like
I-
literally just a story of like not giving up on your dreams ever.
Right? And you can't.
Yeah.
And you can't give up on your dream. If you see something and you want to make it a point to do it, you've got to tell yourself to do it. And you got to be ready to do it, right?
Right.
You got to be physically,
Yeah.
mentally able to do this.
Right.
And when I did the whole music thing, I looked at it like 3 legs of a stool. I had to be musically ready, I had to be physically ready, and the family had to be ready.
Right.
Because without the family,
Yeah.
none of this would have happened,
Yeah.
right? Because
Shout
my
out the
wife
family.
she's been a widow since I started school,
Oh yeah.
right? Basically,
Yeah.
right? She's been because
That's crazy.
I'm here every day.
Yeah.
Because
True.
I'm here every day.
True.
She was the one that was mowing the grass. She was the one that was mowing the grass.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she told me, she says, "I'm not gonna be able to do that this summer. I'm not gonna be able to do it this summer. We're gonna have to hire somebody." And so without her support and without my family support, none of this would have happened. And I thank them all the time for that, for giving me the opportunity to do this.
That's
And
beautiful.
believe me, they love it too, right?
Yeah, I bet.
They absolutely love what I'm doing. And it's keeping me busy, right?
Yeah.
It's keeping me challenged.
Uh-huh.
It's keeping me focused, and it's keeping me as sharp as I can be, right? And so I think that the story is still resonating with people.
Absolutely.
Because when I go out in Baton Rouge, I still have people come up to me and says, I love, you have no idea how many people have come up to me over the last 5 or 6 months telling me, I love your story, and I am doing X, Y, Z because of you.
Oh,
Right? I've had hundreds of people come up and tell
beautiful.
me that. So that's awesome.
That's
I said,
amazing.
if that's making you get off the sofa as a retired person, all right, as a retired person,
Yeah.
that's perfect, right?
Yeah.
Get up and do something. Everybody has a dream. Everybody's got something that they want to do, right? Everybody's something they want to do.
True.
And the other side of that equation is not only on the retired side, but folks like you guys, right? Y'all are young, 20 years old, 22 years old.
Right.
Y'all all have ideas. Y'all all have dreams.
Yeah.
Don't not do it because you're young. If you have a dream and you think you have a good way to get it to do it, take a shot. Because look, you might not make it, right? You might not make it. You might fail. But the only failure, and this is something else I say, the only failure is not trying.
Right.
That's your only failure, is not to try. And so it's something that I live by and have lived by during this time at LSU. And I've thoroughly enjoyed being here. I enjoy being a part of the student body. And I'm just a little different. I just look a little different. And I think people recognize me. The professors recognize me. And I'm as older than most of them. And and so I'm able to interact with so many different people. But the whole thing about all of the attention that I've gotten was so overwhelming and so just undeserving. I mean, I don't look at it like it's undeserving. I'm just a normal guy, right? I'm just a normal guy doing a very unusual thing. I mean, that's how I look at me, right? And the attention just came, right? CBS, NBC, ABC, Fox, PBS, NPR, the 225 magazine, just every, and Morning Advocate, Times-Picayune, just everywhere.
And now the Purple Room, like the biggest.
Now the Purple Room.
podcast.
Most important, some could say.
Most important, the Purple Room. And I try to be a good ambassador for LSU. I try to be a good ambassador for LSU. Talk about my experience at the school as opposed to my experience just with the band. Because the experience with the band has been phenomenal. The experience with the school has been very eye-opening.
Really?
Is to be able to interact with you guys.
Yeah.
Right? And to see how smart that all you guys are. And how much you guys have an idea of what you want to do. Now, not everybody does, but how committed I think everybody is, and how much everybody's getting into school, which is good, which is a good thing to see.
Right.
Which is really a good thing to see. And so I've been very pleased with my experience at LSU and with the student interaction, the professor interaction, and it just takes me back. It just takes me back to the Southeastern days. Believe me, it's not like it was at Southeastern.
You're not in a dorm with
not in
18
a
other
dorm.
guys.
And
I
we
really
didn't have
wanted to
internet.
ask, how's
I
it
didn't have a
been?
cell phone. I didn't have internet. We didn't have nothing, right? My very first computer class at Southeastern, you guys wouldn't even know what this is. In order to program a computer, you had what they call punch cards. I don't even know if you guys know what a punch card is. We had to.
I'm like.
Yeah, you know what a punch card is? It's about 6 by 4 cardboard card. And when you typed in your commands, it would put holes in the card, and you'd stick it in the computer and would read the holes in a card, and a printout would come out, and that's how you determine whether or not you were programming the computer right. That's how we programmed it back in 1978, guys.
Is going on?
So it's much different. So a couple of really funny stories. Back when everything was happening, the SEC Network, SEC Nation, when they came and they interviewed me, I was walking to class, and
I was walking to
yeah,
class.
I was walking to class, and it was a great interview, and this was right about the time that it was family weekend. It was like
Yeah.
the third or fourth weekend
Right.
of the semester in
Yeah.
the fall, and I had a music class, and I got so many different requests from people just want to take a selfie. Right?
Yeah.
And which is fine. Look, I'll never tell a student no. I've never told a student no. If they want to take a picture with me, fine. Even teachers, take a picture with me. Yeah, I've done that too, many. But I will never tell a student no. And so classes ended, and I saw a girl walking up the class because I kind of sit in the back. It was just a habit. And so I'm saying, well, she wants to take a picture. So she came up to me. She says, "This is going to sound like a really weird request, but can I have a selfie?" I said, "Sure, come on."
Right.
So I took a selfie with. She says, "Oh look, and my parents are here. They want to meet you." I said, "Well,
wow.
okay, well, fine. Look, we actually end up, we go by the Greek Theater about 3:30 before 7 p.m. kick. So meet me there, and we can chat. We can take a picture. Fine." She says, "No, they want to meet you now. My mom wants to meet you now. My mom wants to meet you now." And so I said, "Well, where is she?" I said, and she said, "She's in the building."
Oh, there you go.
She's in the building. And so the door opens to the at the bottom of the class. It's a theater type class. The door opens, and there's her mother waving at us.
That's awesome. That's so
she's right
cool.
outside. But I gotta tell you, they're from Boston. The husband, the wife, and just the coolest people. I had a great conversation with them. And then by the time it was over, I took a picture with like 8 or 10. She was in a sorority, and took like 6 or 7 of her sorority sisters. But that was a really cool experience. It was just unusual that she had tracked me down.
That's
awesome. That's
she had
so
actually
cool.
she had
And also my parents are here.
Yeah, she had tracked me down. She says, "I came all the way from Boston to see you."
Oh, that's
Wow.
awesome.
And I said, "Wait, time out.
Nah,
Your
on
daughter's standing right here next to me."
wait,
On
no.
I
parent
said, "You
weekend?
didn't come to see her?" She said, "Yeah, we came to see her, but you're first and she's second."
That's awesome.
And I said, "Oh no, well," and I didn't know what to say to that. So I said, "Okay, fine." So just the whole experience has been very overwhelming,
Yeah.
right? It just has. And like I said, I try to be a good ambassador for LSU.
Yeah.
And I talk about LSU to the point where, as an example, and this was the best one that I have, and unfortunately it didn't make it. But I always talk about the school, the union, the teachers, but about the band, the Color Guard, and the Golden Girls, about how much work goes into what we do on for the week, right?
Absolutely.
And it's not just that. It's not just the week that what you see. And as an example, the Golden Girls, most of those girls have been dancing since they're 2 or 3 years old.
Yeah.
Right.
Most of them have been dancing 2 or 3 years old, right? And it's thousands of hours that they put in to get to that point.
Yeah.
The Color Guard, sometimes they're there till 9:30 and 10 o'clock practicing with their flags.
Right.
We
crazy.
practice in the heat, and we practice, and all the
Yeah.
musicians that are there, with the exception of me, they've all played for at least 8 years, right?
Yeah.
Probably, probably when they're starting in the 6th grade, 7th, and then probably all high school.
Right.
I was the lucky one. I came in as a freshman and hadn't played in 45 years. Now I'd gone through 8 years like they did, but
Yeah.
45 years ago.
Right.
Right. So
Yeah.
I talk about that. I talked about when I did the Kelly Clarkson show. The first 8 minutes was Kelly asking me questions. The last 8 minutes, I started in on LSU about the school, the students,
Yeah.
the teachers, and really about the band, the Color Guard, and the Golden Girls, and how much work goes into what you see. The perfection you see on Saturday comes at a cost, right?
Right.
It's a lot of effort and a lot of time. And I was just going on and on and on. I was just talking, and when you know it, their editors cut it. Their editors cut it, and which was disappointing. But at least I was saying it, and I had 2 LSU communications folks with me that made the trip, and they heard me because
Yeah.
I'm not going to see the unedited version,
Right.
and what
Right.
everybody saw was the edited version. And so I always talk about that when I can. Look, I'm only one of 325.
Wow.
I'm only one of 325 because there's 325 of us.
Crazy.
Bless you. 325 musicians, Color Guard, and Golden Girls in total, and I'm just one of 325. And I will say that I didn't do this for the money. I didn't do this for the attention. I didn't do it for anything. I just want to play, right? And I actually to the point where I have a small NIL deal.
I was just about to ask.
I do have a small,
Wow, I didn't know
had a,
that could
I had a
happen.
small NIL deal with a T-shirt, and 80% of the money that I got from the T-shirt, I donated back to the band.
Wow.
Then I did an appearance at Dick's Sporting Goods right there in the mall.
Yeah.
It was a meet and greet, and instead of them paying me, Dick's paid the band directly.
Man.
So all that
That's
money,
That's
all that
awesome.
money, so all
That's
that money
so
went
cool.
to the band, right? It's about making it better after I leave, than making it better when I leave as opposed to when I got there.
Right.
Or even better than how you found it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I'm trying to do that. My little piece, right?
Yeah.
And I know that this, me being there is giving them some attention that they normally don't get because you don't
Yeah.
really hear about them, right? You don't really hear about the
Yeah,
band or
it's
the Golden
true.
Girls.
You don't hear about
You
the
just
hard
don't hear
work that
about
gets put in.
But I'm glad I'm able to do that because of the work they put in
Right.
Yeah.
and the effort that they put in and how good they are.
Yeah.
And look, it's one of the top 5 college bands in the nation.
Yeah.
And the fact that I actually made it was
Yeah.
that was amazing.
That
Right.
was crazy.
That was amazing. And so
Test-
it's been a long road, but and so the 3 questions that I get, the three main questions that I get are what's your major? Are you coming back for the fall of 2026? And how was Kelly Clarkson,
Yeah.
right? So I'll go. So
Okay.
what's my major?
Yes.
So I don't have a major. All right, I'm what you call a non-matriculating transfer student. Like I said, I already have 2 degrees from Southeastern. I don't need another degree.
Yeah, true.
I'm just taking a full load of things that interest me.
Oh,
wow.
That's all I'm doing.
That's
right?
That's
amazing.
really cool.
Because I have to be full time.
Yeah.
I had to be full time in the
Yeah.
fall. I wanted to be full time in the spring, and the reason I did this, and this gets to my fairness compass. All these other students are full time
Yeah.
right now. Right?
Yeah.
They're all full time, right? And they're going to be full time. All the band kids, the Golden Girls, the Flag Corps, they're all full time. I didn't think it was fair for me not to be full time in the spring and only take maybe 3 hours.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do that.
True.
That's not fair. So I'm full time in the spring. I'm going to be full time again in the fall.
Wow.
To answer the second question, yes, I was like 95% sure I was going to come back.
Yeah.
But then when this whole Lane Kiffin thing started,
Oh.
I said, "Oh, dude, I have got to see this through.
Yeah.
I have got to see how Lane does with the team."
Oh
Yes.
man, that's
And
so cool.
I just haven't met him yet.
Yeah.
But believe me, when I meet him, I'm going to introduce myself to him.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah.
And I'm
yeah.
gonna tell him, Lane, thank you for taking some of the heat off of me, right?
Yeah.
Taking some of the heat off of me. But I'm looking forward to his next to his next conference that he has, and I get to meet some of the football players. I don't see a lot of them, but you can tell the football player. I mean,
Yeah.
they're normally pretty
Yeah,
big. I
truly.
just met one. I just met one a while ago, and I said, "Are you a portal guy?" He says, "Oh no. I'm a freshman." He said, "I decided to stay." I said, "Thank you for staying.
Yeah.
Thank you for staying."
Yeah.
So that shows
Same as
loyalty.
you.
Yeah,
Hey,
same as
thank
me.
you for
Same as
staying.
me. And then so the last thing that people ask me, how was Kelly Clarkson?
Yeah.
Right? So I will say
love
this,
her.
the number of people that are involved in the Kelly Clarkson show is staggering. You guys,
Really?
oh, it's staggering. It's 175 people.
Wow.
And you wouldn't even know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They wouldn't know it. They had like 4 producers handling me in the green room.
Oh, that's
Man.
crazy.
4. They would come in. You need anything? You need anything? You need anything? They had me bring 3 different outfits. They had me send a picture of my
Oh.
outfit.
Wow.
They had me send a picture of my
That's pretty
outfit
crazy.
before I got on camera. They had to approve it, right?
Wow.
No blacks, no all blacks, no all whites. You had to match. And oh, by the way, when you come, bring the outfit that we approved, but also bring 2 more.
Oh wow.
And I'm thinking, what? I'm thinking,
This is crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what? Why do I need 3 outfits? They said just in case something happens to the first one. Like you're in the green room and you're drinking something and you spill something
Oh,
on your
that's
coat.
so funny.
And so I had the backup, so I had to bring the backups
You're
too.
very
Yeah.
prepared.
So I brought a backup into the green room, but they were so nice and extremely professional, extremely professional, right? And so if you saw the interview, I walked out from side stage, big sliding door. I walk out
Yeah.
playing When the Saints Go Marching In, right?
Uh-huh.
And I had a microphone attached to the bell of the sousaphone so they
okay.
could hear it,
Right.
Oh shoot.
because they couldn't, because
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
have to have something like this so you can
Yeah.
hear it. I'm walking out. I sit down. I do the interview with Kelly, and they take me out. They take me back to the green room. 3 producers come back, and they're all in their headsets, right? Hang on, Kent. We may have to do the entrance again. Hang on. And they're talking to the sound engineers. They're talking to the sound engineers. We think something happened to the microphone. Sure enough, what happened when I was walking out, they put the microphone, they attached it, and the microphone fell off.
Oh,
And so they couldn't hear it, right? So they couldn't hear me playing. So I had to redo the whole entrance.
Oh,
again.
that's awkward.
I had to redo well, it was fine, but so the whole, there's 225 people in the audience, and they end up having to sit down and go through not only the 7 people before me, but me as well. And so they had to act and holler and scream and clap just like they did for me the first time.
Oh,
right?
man. That's
So they had
funny.
to redo everything just like I had to redo everything. So I did it a second time, and that was but that's all they did. They filmed the entrance, and then that was it. And so
so funny.
she and I talked for about 8 minutes. She asked me questions. I talked with Kelly more about LSU and the South after we were
Oh, okay.
on when we went off camera. Then I was on camera because she was reading from a script, like she was reading from a television screen, asking the questions. So I said, Kelly, have you ever been down south? I said, and she said, yeah, I've been down south. Okay, I'm inviting you now. I want you to come to Baton Rouge, come to an LSU football game.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You will be a guest of mine, and I'm sure LSU will take care of you.
Oh, yeah, I'm
LSU
sure.
will take care of you. We'll give you jambalaya. We'll give you fried whatever you want, and you'll have a great time. And believe me, you will not forget it.
That would be awesome.
You will not forget
Tell
it.
Clarkson,
And
please
so
come.
and so I asked her. I said, well, how far south do you get? She says, well, I get down to North Carolina. And so I busted out laughing. I said, Kelly,
in the South,
Kelly, that is not the South, Dave. That is absolutely.
Where is it filmed?
It is filmed in Rockefeller Center
Oh, okay.
in New York
okay.
City. Yeah,
Okay.
It was in New York City.
That's cool.
And so the Jimmy Fallon show was right across the hall.
Oh, wow.
So
That's
so I would love to be on that, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. But
Yeah.
I'm,
Hey, never
I'm
say
not-
never.
Hey, never say never.
Never say never.
I'm not that big of a celebrity. So, I'm not a celebrity at all. So how is she? How is she? As down to earth as you think she is, based on what you see, that's how she is.
Oh, good. That
That's-
makes me feel happy.
Yeah, it does. It does. You know, because a lot of people would tend to think
Yes.
it's a persona and
Right.
and in real life, no, she was just like that.
Oh,
But
good.
I was the last one of the day. She had gone through 8. I was the last interview. I could tell she was worn out.
Man.
Yeah.
Because she now has a residency at Caesar's Palace. She was leaving from New York, going to her home in Colorado, and then going from Colorado to start practicing at Caesar's Palace for her residency, which is going to
jeez.
last like 2 years.
Man.
That's crazy.
So she's going to be back and forth. She said she's going to
Yeah.
be back and forth between Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas and New York to continue filming.
Wow.
So
that's
I mean,
crazy.
but poor lady, I just wish I could have heard her sing.
Yeah.
I did not. She didn't sing.
She could
She
do,
didn't
done
sing.
like a tuba and
no,
Kelly
she
Clarkson.
just,
That'd be sick.
it was absolutely amazing. But everyone has been so good and so kind, and people love the story. When Steve Hartman did the Sunday morning show with me on CBS, we actually invited he and his cameraman back to the house, and
nice.
we fed him crawfish etouffee.
Oh,
Crawfish etouffee.
fire.
And they said they had never heard. They didn't know what that was, and one of them went back 3 times. Right, so they must have loved it. Right?
Yeah.
So it's been a great ride. It's not over,
Yeah.
right? It's not
They're
over.
weird.
I still have to try out though.
Yeah.
Right? There's nothing's
Oh.
automatic. Every
Okay.
returner has to try out.
That's cool.
And
Okay.
this is the key. My health has to stay right.
Right.
I have to physically be ready, and I have to mentally be there.
Right.
Yeah.
The family's all in, but only one more time, right?
Okay.
Because we had been, my wife and I have traveled to a lot of foreign countries, and we have a plan for many others. As a matter of fact,
Yeah.
when this semester ends on May the 8th, May 9th, we're going to Italy for 14 days.
Oh,
Hey,
wow.
fun.
Hey,
and so,
that'll be fun.
and so we have a lot of places that we want to go to. And she says, I'll let you do it one more time, and I'm right there with you. And she went to every game, and she went to the Ole Miss game.
Oh, I was at the Ole Miss game.
Oh man, I remember talking about the Ole Miss game
Oh,
coming up.
awful.
Game.
Yeah. So she'll be at all the games, and thankfully for her, she's she's okay with me doing it one more semester, and then that'll be it.
Okay.
And so, and as the other funny story. This is the last home game, Western Kentucky, right? So we get down from we walk down from the stands. I'm leaning over those police barricades, right?
Oh yeah.
I'm leaning over that separates the fans from the team, right? We're on the Western Kentucky side. I'm leaning over like this. I have my hat on, and I'm pretty. I mean, you can tell that I just don't fit with with the other 20-year-olds.
Yeah.
So the defensive backs of Western Kentucky were sitting in some chairs, and there was a coach that was talking to him. One of the guys turns around and he looks at me. He says, "Dude, how old are you?"
That's awesome.
He said, "Dude, how old are you?" I said, 66. And he said, "What are you doing in the uniform?" In the band uniform. I said, "I play in the band." He says, "No."
That's
I said,
awesome.
"Yeah, I play the
Let's do
tuba in
it.
the band." I said, "Look, that's my tuba right there." And so by that time, the other 4 defensive backs turned around. And they were all looking at me, right? And I said, "Guys, you know what the best thing about being 66 is?" And they said, "No, what?" I said, "Next year I'm going to be 6'7".
No,
And they went crazy.
I can't.
The defensive backs for Western Kentucky went crazy. So that was just a really cool moment. And
That's
unfortunately, I
awesome.
didn't have any of that on video.
Oh man, that's
But several of
awesome,
the
though.
tuba buddies saw it. It was just it was amazing.
That was funny.
And so it's just been an amazing ride, and I'm just humbled to be a part of it and to be able to do it, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's a good story. We have some more stuff coming up that I really can't talk about right now.
Ooh.
That would be amazing if it ever comes to pass.
Yeah.
But I just did a commercial for Bassett Furniture. It's
Nice.
Oh, wow, that's
it actually premiered after halftime on from the AFC Championship game and the NFC Championship
Oh
game.
wow,
Oh,
that's
dang, that's
crazy.
Yeah, and word is he's also going to put me on his billboard on I-10.
That would be awesome.
With my
please.
tuba horn over the top.
Oh, that'll be so
So I
cool.
can't wait to see it. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. But anyway, and I was just happy to do it because we've actually bought a lot of furniture over the years from Bassett, and so I'm just enjoying the ride.
That's all you can
Enjoying
do.
the ride.
That's so awesome. I think you might be my new favorite person. I'm sorry. This is so cool. Everything you've said, I'm all, oh man, this guy is great.
Such
That's
a cool
so
guy.
fun.
Well, we really appreciate you for coming on the Purple Room this weekend,
Well, I
guys.
appreciate that. Does anybody have any questions?
Closing
I
remarks.
have
anything
a
like
few.
that?
Go ahead. You
I
go
do.
first.
How like what did it feel like to to have that first home game and play those
Play the 4 notes.
first 4 notes for the first time? Because my first football game that I worked, I remember before the players walk out, they have like the hype video playing, and I was
Yep.
out on the field. I was just in awe.
Yep.
Just watching it. And being
Yeah.
able to
You know,
experience that.
I almost forgot the notes.
Oh
I
man.
almost forgot. I mean, considering we play it hundreds of times, in a season. But as I'm marching down, I had never seen it from that perspective, right? So
Yeah.
we march down the hill and we stop on the hill, right? So
Yeah.
we stop before we play the 4 notes, and I'm on the incline, and it's just there's 8 or 10,000 people there, right? And I know when we play those 4 notes, people are going to go crazy, and that's what I wanted to hear. That's what I wanted to hear. That's why I did it, right? That's why I did it, to hear those 4 notes and to play the music, and it was a sound that you just never, it never leaves you, right? And it's something that I've heard for 60 years. I've heard for 60 years, and hopefully I'm around till I'm 100, and I'll hear it for 100 years, right?
Yeah.
Because it's not going to change. And they've been around for 132 years. The band's been around for 132 years. This was the 132nd year.
Wow.
Wow.
And
That's crazy.
I just love being a part of it and hearing the sound. And it was like, damn, I did that, right?
Yeah.
That's so
damn,
cool.
I did that.
That's really cool.
That's awesome. I feel like we should leave it there. I feel like I could talk to you all day,
No, I appreciate it.
genuinely.
I appreciate that. Steven, you have any questions?
Really, like, you answered a lot of the questions
Yeah,
I
I
had,
was
just
gonna
like
say, I
in
feel
you
like-
talking, like
I appreciate
hearing how much like things have changed from like even your time at Southeastern to
Oh, yeah.
now, and like how you've been fitting in with your bandmates, and like being at a school like LSU with like so many people in their 20s
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Like I'm sure it's a huge adjustment.
One of the other things that helped me to really fit in with the band and the tuba. I did several things. First and foremost, all the tuba folks, and there's women there's 4 women that actually play tuba as well, and everybody in there is just everybody's great, and they have to want to be there,
Right.
Because what you're doing is not easy.
Yes,
What you're doing is not
yeah.
easy for anybody that's doing that. For anybody that's doing
So
that.
the mutual commitment.
It is a big commitment. But I had all the tuba section over to my house for gumbo.
Nice.
Oh, man.
One time, and then we did tubas giving. You know, like Friendsgiving.
That's so cute. Oh my gosh.
We did tubas giving at my house as well.
Nice.
And we had 32 of us. I think we had like 24 show up.
Oh,
You know, I mean, it's hard to get
turnout.
everybody to show up because
Yeah.
people on weekends people
Yeah,
leave.
yeah.
And then the other thing that I did was my wife cooks a mean white chocolate bread pudding, and we made six big containers full, and I had one for the tuba section, one for the drum line, one for the gold. I didn't want to give it to the Golden Girls because they wouldn't have eaten it. Maybe at the end of the season they would, but one for the color guard, and then one for the band directors and the graduate assistants, because they're the ones that do all the work behind the scenes that people don't see. And it was a huge hit. There wasn't a crumb left on any of the 4 containers.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And I'm glad so I tried to that
be
kind
involved.
of thing to at least show them that I appreciated being here.
Right.
And that I don't want the attention on me. This is about you guys. This is about everybody else.
I'm sure they also appreciate you being there. I think that you bring a lot of like wisdom, I feel like,
Well,
to every situation. So I'm sure they're like, oh,
well, let me tell you, the whole college thing with the phones and the apps and the group spot and then the Snapchats and oh my God, some of the stuff that goes on, you got to wonder, my God, it's hard to keep up. It's hard to keep up with you guys.
Definitely.
It just is. All the different apps you guys use, it's hard. So I have to kind of like navigate my way, and I can only pay attention to only a few pieces, right? But that's been a challenge, believe me. That's been a challenge. The whole school thing has been relatively easy for
What
me.
kind of classes do you take? Like, what are you like, I'm interested in this?
My fall semester, I took a music class, Louisiana history, which I thought was important to have. Louisiana history. I took a political science class, and I took a emergency management class, and I thought that was important because I had flooded twice.
Yeah.
And why not?
Yeah.
This semester, I have 2 music classes. I have a fine arts class, and I have a environmental science class.
Oh,
Okay.
cool.
So,
Okay.
so I'm kind of like all over the board.
Yeah, but
At least
that's
you're
an
interested in
interesting.
that
Yeah,
Yeah.
those interesting things, right? Since I already have an accounting degree and an MBA, I'm trying to stay away from anything in finance, accounting, business law, economics. I took
Had
economics
enough of
classes.
that,
yeah.
I don't need that, and I probably I didn't want to. I mean, there's no need for that. I wanted to do stuff that I hadn't taken before.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to take in the fall. I don't know. I have no idea.
Hey, the world's your oyster. Take some mass comm classes.
Well,
you know? Do some broadcasting.
Well, I could always, I didn't take any more, but I don't want to commit too far out in advance since the fall is going to be my last one.
Yeah.
Yeah, take the best of
and
this.
I don't want to overcommit on I don't want to overcommit on a time thing.
Yeah.
Sure.
For sure. Take your time.
Yeah. So, but you know what? When the time comes, I'll figure it out.
Yeah,
When the
so
time
true.
comes, I'll figure that out.
Well,
John, anything else?
I think no. That was my question, because I just remember my first time working a football game and just being able to be on the field and see everyone in the stadium, see like all the videos playing. It was like wow, I'm like really here.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Everybody has a memory.
Has that
yeah,
moment.
absolutely. Yeah.
Everybody, you have a memory. You have a
Oh,
memory of your
yeah.
first game.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Well, I remember the tailgate, my first game.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
everybody
that you go.
everybody
I'm
remembers
not
the
from here,
tailgate.
and you're like, what the heck is going on out here?
Everybody
But
remembers the tailgate.
I feel like most of my most formative memories of Tiger Stadium too. It's the band also playing. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's like, oh, and then the 4 notes played.
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah. It's
Oh, yeah.
it's something you'll always remember.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's-
Oh,
Even
my
when
freshman
it's an
year-
away game, I'm watching on TV and you can hear the band.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
the
Oh,
microphones.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
like,
and
ah,
it's like, oh,
let me do the dance. You know,
we're
with the first
better.
down and
Yeah,
everything.
we are
definitely.
better.
Most definitely. It's all, you know what? And the band and the color guard and the goal guard are just one aspect of all day Saturday, right? It's everything. It's everything. And we're just we're one piece, a big piece.
Yeah.
But people come to the football game. They come to see the football game. They come to tailgate. They come to meet their friends.
Yeah.
It's an all day affair.
Yeah.
It's an all day
Absolutely.
affair. And I'm just happy that we can continue to be a part of it. And it just things that people remember. Things that people
Absolutely,
remember.
yeah.
Band makes college football. That's what a
It
lot
does.
of people don't like the
Absolutely.
environment.
It's all definitely part of it.
Yeah.
It's all part of that Saturday extravaganza.
It's such a beautiful tradition too, like
It is.
with your guys' outfits and just the
It is.
march down Victory Hill.
It is. It
It's
is indeed.
also
It is
amazing.
indeed.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for
welcome.
coming on. This has been amazing.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome back anytime. I'm wondering how to get an invite to your house for your wife's cooking. That's what I was thinking.
I don't know.
Like the bread pudding, and I was like, oh man. But
she cooks up a storm too.
oh
Let me tell
man,
you.
well, yeah.
She
Thank
cooks up
you
a storm.
so much
I
for
appreciate
coming
that.
on.
Thank you all, and thanks to the communications department and
Yeah.
for having me, and for being in the purple room.
Yes.
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't realize we had a
Shout
purple
out
room.
Tigerland.
Now I do.
And now you do.
And look, if
You're
you guys
welcome
ever
back
want,
anytime.
if you guys ever want to talk again, just let me know.
Oh, for sure.
Because I'm on campus every day.
Yeah, we
Oh,
got
that
one more
sounds
semester
great.
out of you, so
we
you
got,
know.
Yeah,
we
hey.
have, we have
Anytime.
one more semester, so I can come back anytime you guys want.
Sorry.
So,
I'm not that young.
everyone's favorite time of the week on the clock. This
Whoop,
week we
whoop.
got top 5 songs that everybody knows.
Which is an interesting
Everybody knows the
topic.
words,
I mean,
too.
Everyone knows the words too.
I see. My thing is like I don't know what everyone knows the words to. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm white,
No,
so
you
we
know-
like
you know what-
I know that I
you
have
know what
white people
everyone
songs
knows
on
the
here.
words
I'm
to.
sorry. Okay. Anyways, I'm first pick. My first pick is the classic baseball game song. Sorry, Sweet Caroline. Bom bom bom. Everyone knows the words to that song. Okay, that's my top pick. I feel like that's the only one I could think of. Like that was right off the bat. I was like, ooh, that's a song. Okay, yours. Wait, why are you looking like that? Like
No, because I have that on here. I was gonna pick that. I think that's like pretty sure that's a tradition at Red Sox games.
it's well, every
Right.
baseball game I've ever been
Right,
to has
right.
done that.
Yeah. My first pick, I'm gonna go with "Dreams and Nightmares" by Meek Mill. Everyone knows that one.
Okay, no, my dad. You think my dad knows "Dreams and Nightmares" by Meek Mill?
Right.
Yeah, well,
Maybe
my
that's
dad.
just- maybe it's just not an Albuquerque thing. I don't know.
I don't think it's an Albuquerque thing. Okay,
But yeah.
my
well.
second song, like my songs are so nerdy, guys. This is bad, but I gotta do it. Okay, my second song is the YMCA. Young Men. Young Men.
Yeah, those are good. Those are good.
Young Men. Like,
Okay.
like everyone knows that song.
Okay. I'm gonna go with All Star, the one from Shrek.
Oh, yeah. By what is it? Smash Mouth, right? That's a band.
I think so.
That's a good
Shrek
song.
one,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey now, you're an all-star. Okay. Okay. I don't actually know who the song is by, but my third song, I'm worried about this one, but This Is How We Do It. This is how we do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, this is how we do it. Kind of buzzed, and it's all because this is how we do it. Like,
Alright.
do you guys remember that little girl was like doing it? I don't know when it was a trend, but she like sang the whole song, and it was like,
I used to hear it on the radio a lot.
yeah. Well, I feel like I grew up with that song. I don't know.
I'm gonna go another great one. I'm gonna go Let It Go from Frozen.
Oh,
Everyone knows that one.
wow! I wouldn't have thought to like pull from the Disney. That's a good.
No, because I got the idea
Deep
just
cut.
from the Shrek one. I was like, okay, what's another movie song like? Let
Oh
It Go?
wow! Well, he's just coming
Yeah.
up with them on the fly. Oh geez, there are like so many. There's a weird amount of songs that everyone knows the name to. My fourth one. I think it's a classic. I don't know how you get. I don't know. It's an older song. Ain't No Mountain High Enough.
Yeah,
No
that's
mountain high. Remember the Titans? Like that one? Come on. I mean, it's in that. Yeah. Ain't no mountain high enough. Who sings it? Isn't it like Marvin Gaye? Am I
No.
crazy? Wait, no. Who
Come
sings
on.
it? It's somebody famous.
From a couple movies, actually. I can't like say exactly where, but I feel like I've seen it.
Marvin Gaye. You guys are wrong, and
Really?
I'm right. Yes, Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell.
Okay. I guess I just remember the Tammy Terrell part.
Ain't no mountain high. Yeah. It's
Okay.
we're not arguing as much this week. We're just like reminiscing about really good songs.
Well, yeah,
Like,
because I think your answers are good. I'm gonna
we've
go.
been arguing all day leading
I
up
had,
to this.
I
I
have
don't
3
know
so
how.
far, right? Okay. Fourth one, I'm gonna go Party in the USA.
Oh,
Miley
that was on my
Cyrus.
list. Oh no, that's a good one.
Okay.
Yeah. It was in Pitch Perfect, so I think it's a good one. This is my last pick. Oh no.
I might sell if I pick this last.
Yeah.
Because like
Wait,
it's kind
I'm
of like
between
it's kind of like my
two.
first one.
I'm between two. Oh no. All right, I'm just gonna do it. I think it's the best song of all time. So,
Is it?
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, I don't know, but like I don't know if like a college age student would know that song.
I feel
Okay,
like
but I feel
everyone
like
knows that.
most people know. Like it's widely regarded as like one of the best songs, but I don't know if it's the most well known. So.
I'm gonna go.
Okay, I ain't get anything on that list. That's his face when I'm gonna.
I'm
It's always a fifth pick.
I'm
and
gonna
he just
go.
struggles.
I'm gonna go with
Like-
"Freestyle" by Lil Baby.
I've never heard that song in my. I've never heard that song in my life. I can't even lie. Can't
If
lie,
I play it,
wouldn't
you'll
know.
know what it is.
I wouldn't
But
know at all.
Freestyle, Lil
I have no
Baby.
idea.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know
'Cause there
that
was-
song.
No, I'm not. Okay, lock in freestyle, but I would. The other option was, "Take Me Home, Country Roads,"
Oh, that's a better one. My honor. Can I do my
or
honorable?
"God's Plan" by Drake.
My honorable mention was No Hands, Waka Flocka.
Oh my god, that was cool.
Feel the way you do it. But I feel like, yeah, maybe.
I think-
Yeah, really.
I think this should be a really close one.
Yeah, I think you might have sold it with freestyle. I'm sorry, I don't know that one.
Oh, maybe only you don't know that.
That's true. That's true. But I feel like more people won't. So, wow, we didn't argue at all this week. This is a crazy episode. Tuba Kent and music bringing people together. That's all we have to say for this week. Tuba Kent said it all. Okay, follow your dreams. Good night.
Go Tigers.